Welcome into the fourth Mother Box. We are live. We are here as promised. I believe this time we're going to be okay. And knock on wood, not drop like the last time. Well, we did have JFW on, Kyle, so there was some definite shenanigans going on P-Trap's side. He was trying to hack into some shit.
Yeah,
but we're not going to talk about
absolutely.
JFW today. You are here into the fourth Mother Box in a very special live episode. Do you like Metallica? We really fucking do. So I've got my fifth member hat on, my 72 seasons shirt on. Kyle's rocking his 72 seasons hoodie or sweatshirt, whatever it is, and I'll let him talk about what's behind him. I am Tom Mokri. Follow us at Fourth Mother Box on Instagram, youtube.com/Fourth Mother Box. Joining me as always, another Metallica fan in the MetallicA family, and Kyle and I bonded over Metallica, God, 25-ish years ago or so. Kyle Cosentino. Kyle, how the fuck are you today?
Hey, I'm doing really good. And I feel like I don't remember the first time you and I met. I just remember I think we had met I remember I noticed you had an Injustice for All sweatshirt on at Marist High School. And I feel like this guy I gotta talk to because, I'm a huge Metallica fan. And by the way, the guitar behind me for the Metallica, it should need no introduction to the Metallica family. This is James Hetfield's signature snakebite guitar.
Absolutely.
This is when I finished grad school, 40 million years ago. I was like, there's one thing I want to do to celebrate, and that's I need to own a James Hetfield signature guitar. And this guitar it was there at the last Scourge show. Scourge was our band. If you're new to the channel, to the podcast, Scourge was our old band we had in college, and we'd played many great shows. It's very meaningful to us. And this is when I got that guitar, and I'm just so fortunate that it was able to be there on our last show. I mean, it saw other shows for sure, and but yeah. So definitely. It doesn't have a scratch on it either because I've taken excellent care of it. So it's my baby.
Good. And it's obviously lasted this long. Mr. Buttlicker, Mr. Bill Buttlicker, as your name says here.
Yeah. I'm Bill Buttlicker today.
Yes. Thank you.
My family built this country. Sorry.
We are,
say that.
Look, we are, here we go. So I was just saying we were welcoming our special guest. Let me get him on here right now. So I was getting into why we were going, what we were doing, and what we were saying. We were talking about how Kyle likes to lick butts of Mr. Bill.
I do. Yeah.
Yes. And we have joining us, I think he's on there. Austin, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Yes,
okay.
We can.
I'm trying to get my camera working.
Okay.
Great.
We'll let him get his stuff going. And while he's doing that, hey, this is live, everybody, I'm going to check to see if we actually are live on YouTube because it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I'll check. Yeah, because it didn't work last time.
Correct.
Let's see. I'm not seeing it.
It doesn't look like it, no. Whoa, somebody just shared their screen.
Whoa, I did not mean to do that. That was me.
Trippy.
Whoa.
Trippy.
I have like a million tabs open right now, too.
Yeah, trippy. Stop sharing the screen. Oh, there we go, yeah. What's Austin trying to do?
It's been a day. We've had like 2
earthquakes.
There he is.
Hey.
In
2 earthquakes?
Well, we had an earthquake, and then we had an aftershock a little while ago.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So
Did you feel it?
I didn't. My roommate David did. I got off the train and I got to work, and I think I was either on the subway when it happened or I was in CVS when it happened. I think. and I didn't feel anything, but my roommate was saying, he was like, the house shook like a lot, and then a few of my friends
Wow.
in Queens felt it. But yeah, then I got an alert. Like they sent the alert like 40 minutes after.
Holy
Wow.
crap!
Which was
Wow.
super weird.
Wow.
That seems
Yeah,
odd. Yeah, like, oh, FYI, earthquake. Yeah, everyone's like knows it by then. Either that or
yeah.
Godzilla or something. So anyway, let me properly introduce Austin Manning into the fourth mother box. Welcome, sir. So we are
Yeah.
obviously not a typical Metallica only podcast, but we talk about them quite often because Kyle and I are big members of the Metallica family. Obviously, you and I know each other through that in the Star Cruiser. So here we are.
Yep.
I've talked about you before on the show. You are and correct me if I'm wrong, the head of the New York chapter of the Met Club. Well, the
Yep.
fifth members. So that's insane, man. So that's what I know, and hell, you're even Metallica popular as of late, being on the first episode of the Metallica Report, their podcast, stealing the thunder from the fourth mother box. If anybody can steal the thunder from us, it's Metallica. They can absolutely steal that thunder. My only claim to fame is being in Halo on Fire, but I feel like you've got like so much more. So
I mean, that's pretty awesome, though.
yeah, yeah.
I've yet to be in a music video.
Okay. Well, what's your what's your Metallica resume, I suppose, and then Kyle and I will go through ours too. So like, how did you get into the band, and then like, how did they become this to you, right? Like, how did they become like your obsession? Because this band's an obsession for all of us, like a real healthy kind of like dig,
real,
it's Star
real
Wars.
healthy, like
Yeah,
financially irresponsible. Yes,
yes,
but
quite a bit with Metallica. Yeah,
oh god, yeah, no, I think I always say I was kind of like a late in life diehard fan. Like they've always kind of been in the background of my life in
yeah.
some way because like I was a big MTV kid, just a big music family, like family that loved listening to all kinds of music. So, I'd seen some videos. I think I'd say like Until It Sleeps was probably my like big one for me. That like I mean, memorizing the
Hell yeah,
MTV video rotation, like
hell
knowing
yeah.
exactly when it was going to come on. So like on the
That's
weekends, I'd stay up
awesome.
late and like wait for it to come on at 3 a.m. or something.
That's
That's
So
a
yeah,
great
that was
badass.
video. A great video. That's one of my
yeah.
favorite too.
I know it's such a good song, and I had a full circle moment this past last summer on the tour because I was in Montreal and I finally got to see it live. And I wanted to see that
Oh,
because that
wow.
was
Oh,
kind
that's
of like
badass.
my like real gateway song, I think. And so yeah, I finally got to see that, and that was
How many
awesome.
how many times have you seen them live?
I just had my 80th show in
Oh my
Detroit
god.
at the end of Detroit,
Damn.
which I mean
Wow.
honestly is nothing. It's like a
You know,
drop in the bucket compared to like one of my buddies from Sweden. Eric just had like his 200th show, I believe,
what
on
the
this
fuck?
tour. I had at least 4 or 5 friends hit their 100th shows on this tour.
Tom,
Um,
we're lightweights. We're
it's it's
we
insane.
thought we were the insane Metallica
Oh
fans,
yeah.
but you know, I remember coming back from the 40th show in San Francisco,
Yep, I
and
was
I was
there.
sitting on the plane, and I saw some lady next to me, like watching Metallica on the video on like her phone, like from the show, and I was like, that's a great video. Like, how many times have you seen them? She's like, oh, I think like 75. I was like,
The fuck.
and I always thought I was crazy because
I wonder if I know
whenever
her.
you probably do.
Probably do.
But like I always thought I was crazy because I would tell people like I've seen them 17 times, and they always be like, 17 times, oh my god, like wow. And I
Yeah.
always felt proud of that, but that's a baby number, and I feel ashamed now.
Yep.
No, don't feel ashamed. I think that
I'm only
I
at 20.
honestly-
I'm only at
Yeah.
20. So
We're gonna add 2 to this year though.
Hey, every show counts.
Yeah.
I think I can't believe I've seen them that many times. It doesn't feel like I've seen them that many times.
Well, let's stop
It's a
there,
lot.
Austin. Are
Yeah.
you going to be in are you going to Chicago?
I do not know what I'm doing for this upcoming year, but I'm thinking I probably will. One of my best friends
Because that's
is
what we're
there.
going to be. So
Okay, you guys are gonna do Chicago, and then are you gonna do Foxborough?
when's that again?
I don't remember. August,
Uh,
maybe.
I'm booked this year. So if I can fit it in, trust me, I'll be there. But I'll let you know.
Let's
yeah,
just
Chicago. I think a lot of I know a lot of people like kind of in that area, so I feel like Chicago's usually a pretty popular place, so that'll be a good
Oh,
time
yeah.
to like, see a lot of people.
Yeah.
So Chicago's definitely up there. I haven't seen them there since Lollapalooza, a few years back.
2015,
Yeah.
August. Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
we were there too.
They were here last for Lolla for last year, or was the year before? I missed it,
It
unfortunately.
was
Oh.
year
Oh,
before.
22. That's right.
Yeah, because that's when they had the guy from Stranger Things like back who was
Oh,
there,
yeah.
and they did like
Who's-
a whole thing.
That's he's now Joseph Quinn. He's now going to be Johnny.
Fantastic Four.
Yeah, Fantastic Four. He's going to be Johnny
Yeah.
Blaze.
I just saw that earlier today or
Pretty cool.
yesterday. Yeah.
Totally, like that scene caught me off guard because I don't think I knew. I like Stranger Things, but I was just watching it casually, and then all of a sudden he just like that episode. He just whips out a guitar and he starts playing Master of Puppets, and I'm like, "What the hell just happened?" And I was like standing out of my seat, fucking unbelievable.
I mean,
So
it was
cool.
an epic scene.
It was so
I mean,
epic.
He was kicking children over and shit.
I didn't have any children at home, so I just went outside and found one to kick. So
I think that September they played in Buffalo and Pittsburgh, and I went to those shows, and I was so excited because I knew they were using this like a bunch of footage kind of from Stranger Things, like on the massive screens for like a stadium. So puppets came on, and instead of like the usual artwork, it was really cool to see like all the Stranger Things like stuff and bats and things flying around, and yeah, it was really cool.
Tom has been on that Titantron, that big screen too, for the Halo on Fire video, which has been pretty cool. Yeah,
Like,
yeah, that was awesome.
No big deal.
Yeah,
I mean,
no
that's
big
real.
deal. It is.
yeah.
Actually, my other let's call it claim to fame, and I don't know if it was just by hook or crook, but Kyle will remember there because he was at the show and he's right next to me. So a few days ahead of going to Madison, Wisconsin to kick off their indoor tour in 2018.
I was there.
It's Madison, Wisconsin, September. Yeah, we were there. I was on the rail. A few days before that, Lars posts on Instagram wanna who's going to the shows? Who am I going to see out there? And I just say I hashtagged wanna catch a drumstick from you. And I woke up to his response saying, "You going to any shows? I'll look out for you." Lo and behold, after Sad But True, he tossed it to me. I mean, I had been playing with him for the past couple of songs, getting his attention. So, but he came right up and tossed it. So
no, awesome. You were at that show. Did you stand out in the rain like we did? Did you get?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We were so mad because we were, if they didn't open the doors on time.
Right.
And we were in the front, and it was like, if they would have opened on time, we would not have gotten drenched. And I think one of my friends running to her pants were like so heavy from the rain, they fell. Like it was so, yeah, it was bad. That was miserable.
What's funny about that is that we had the like a VIP package or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so we got let in a little early, and then we saw our other buddies who didn't have that. They were just waiting outside, and we were just like, I think I took a picture of one of my buddies just being dumped on with all this rain. It was hilarious.
Yeah, Tim. I don't know if Tim's in. I don't know if Tim's in the stream yet. I just texted him a link. But yeah, Tim was just waiting for the porta potty, just soaked.
I've definitely lined up in the rain a few times. I mean, we got soaked at that show, Minneapolis, when they opened the Viking Stadium.
Yeah, we were there. I was there too for that one.
There. And like we were under like an awning type thing, but where we were sitting, like the side on the sides of us, it was like sloped, so the water just ran straight down.
Wow.
And so we waited for some friends to come and relieve us so that we could run back to our hotel and throw our clothes in the dryer and then come back. It was that was pretty miserable. No snow, but I've been in some really cold, like Denmark, I think, and was probably one of the coldest. Like it was in February.
Wow.
So we're out there at 7 a.m. and it's like 30 degrees. Yeah, done some dumb things, but great story.
It's worth it though. It's worth it.
Oh, it's
very
totally
much worth it.
Like once you're inside and you're on the rail and the show starts, it's like you're not thinking about any of that at that point.
Nope.
No.
Yep.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, and then like you don't go to the bathroom for like 14 hours, and it's all good.
Oh, we have it down to a science at this point. It's like, there's a cutoff.
True.
There's a cutoff time. There's like the last bathroom run time. There's, and then when the show is gonna like getting close to starting, it's like I pop some Tylenol so I don't have a headache at the end, and then I start rationing water. It's like it's so sad, but we have like a whole regiment down at this point.
It's funny what goes through your mind and how insane you can take it, because even at the Madison show, I distinctly remember I'm like, I'm gonna pee my pants. It's just I'm not moving from the rail. I'm just gonna let it happen, and I'm already wet anyway from the torrential rain, so I don't think it's gonna matter much.
No one's gonna notice.
So, but I bet any Taylor Swift fan would never do that. So,
no,
I
don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. I think the closest we've seen to that was the show in Atlanta a couple of years ago when it was like the first show that Greta Van Fleet played with them. MetallicA, a lot of people called it. And that was a mess. That was really crazy because we weren't that familiar with Greta Van Fleet, but when we showed up to line up, it was like all of these, 15 to like 20-year-old girls had been out there since midnight or the night before. And so they were like in the front of the line, but because a lot of them hadn't been to tons of big shows, when the doors opened, it was chaos, and all the Metallica people made it to the rail. And they were so angry. And they were like, they were crying. And they were like, someone was tweeting, how all these geriatric Metallica fans make it to the rail and we didn't? It's like, because we know what we're doing. You don't.
Yep.
It's like, sorry.
Yeah.
But we all got to be a little more friendly with each other as like shows went on and they with them more.
Okay.
But
that
first one was rough.
Kyle, that reminds me of Bonnaroo, that when you and I were at Metallica at Bonnaroo, and then we had set a standard because I had first place for like 16 hours. I waited at the gate before they led us to the waiting in line. And then we established, okay, this is the Metallica rail, this is the Ziggy Marley rail, this is the Chris Rock, and then the other band that played that I can't remember. And Brad is right in our chat. Bill Buttlicker is a great replacement for Kyle.
It's a good name.
That would be Brad Hughes. Yeah. Yeah, it's
is Brad back in his Brad, are you back in your lawn chair?
It's always with the lawn chair joke. Always with the lawn chair joke. You know Austin, who had shut up for a second. Austin, do you know who had the greatest joke on Kyle Cosentino? Is our great buddy, drummer of Scourge, Tim Marciano, outside of Soldier Field, where we're going to see them in August. And he called him a stealth ginger because he has the ginger gene in him because his brother's a redhead. So it's true. Kyle's a stealth ginger. Stealth ginger.
Tom,
fuck you prick.
Tom tries to keep this going, but it just doesn't catch on. So
no.
He's trying. Keep it going.
He's been trying for a couple of years. So that show was 2015. So it's been almost 10 years. Maybe you should just let it go.
Did you say that show was 2015?
No,
it was 2017. It was June 18th, 2017.
I'm sorry, I was thinking Valhalla. That's right. 2017 was the year.
Shut the fuck up, Ginger, and know your place. I rank higher on the Ginger hierarchy than you.
The Ginger hierarchy?
Yeah, the Gingerarchy. Gingerarchy.
Okay. Take it easy, Becky Lynch, okay? So just...
Oh, look at that. He learned a female wrestler's name with red hair, and he's calling me her.
Yep, that's right. That's right. I try to keep it fresh.
She's going to get her ass handed to her by Rhea Ripley this weekend. So just want to put that out there.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Got to find another female ginger wrestler to root for.
To find another one to root for. I don't know if gingers have any wrestlers outside of Becky Lynch. We had Eva Marie, but she was terrible. No, I said female wrestlers. Yeah. Sheamus is definitely there.
Yeah. I know who Sheamus is.
Sheamus has been hurt for a minute, though. But no, we're talking about Metallica here, Kyle. I had to bring up wrestling.
Okay.
I'm going to beat the shit out of you. I got a flight credit to use coming on. Oh, the pretend fight. Can't wait to see who they wrote as the winner. Pins and needles over here on my lawn chair. You know what, Brad? Brad just doesn't understand the soap opera like storylines of the WWE. So he just doesn't understand. He needs to have the real thing, and people lose in 3 seconds to a knee.
I feel like I've got a decent amount of Metallica friends that are big. They're like big wrestling fans. Yeah, I think
For sure.
we saw. I think actually when we were in Pittsburgh, was it Pittsburgh? I think before the show, Ric Flair was sitting at the bar behind us, and we're like kind of looking at him, and he's just wearing this super loud blazer. And we're like, it's definitely Ric Flair. And then somebody went up, like none of us, but someone went up to him and wanted a picture, and he was like, "No." And we're like, "We're not gonna bother him."
Really? Really, Ric Flair?
Yeah, he was not having it.
This guy's supposed to be styling and profiling, and just what a douche.
Oh well.
He should have at least asked for $20. I know he's got like 8 wives to pay or something. So
Right.
Wow.
So yeah, and funny, like we can connect Metallica back into this. I always well, I have to stop here for a second to say what Tim just said.
I mean, it
in
is
the chat.
cool.
Kyle's hair awfully red in this camera view. say what you have to say on camera. Don't just chat it back, because people need to hear this.
Oh, I just said fuck off, Marciano.
All right, there you go. That's all I said.
That's hilarious.
What the hell were we talking about? Okay,
We're talking about Metallica.
Yeah,
about Metallica. There we go.
James Hetfield's got a little ginger to him sometimes. So
No, he doesn't.
back in the day.
Don't slander
Back in
his
the day.
name with that.
Stealth ginger, just accept your fate. Accept your fate. So I've always wanted Metallica to play at WrestleMania. So, but I know like Triple H has used them a few times, but that'd be
That would
so
be
cool.
insane.
But anyway, so 72 Seasons is almost a year old. That came out on, was it the 14th of April? Officially had the release.
Yeah, I
14th
believe
of
so.
April last year. So it's April 5th right now, and it's crazy. What was your reaction, Kyle, when 72 Seasons, was announced? What did you think, and how did you react?
Well, for once, I was pretty happy, because usually we just get teased for like 8 years, and we get nothing, and then this
Death
just kind of
Magnetic
like,
took forever.
oh,
Yeah.
here it is. This is like the first time they actually gave us something, and it was like they didn't make us wait, and which is great, because Metallica is all about making you wait. But they opened up. I was actually remember being at the gym, and like I had to stop what I was doing because they just dropped Lux Eterna, and I listened to it. I was like, holy fuck, this is amazing. Totally caught off guard.
How about you, Austin? How'd you feel when you heard it?
I was waking up for work, and like usually I feel like we might hear some rumblings and rumors, but like hadn't really heard anything. And I wake up and my phone is just like buzzing because everyone's texting. There's like Facebook messengers going off. Like I'm like, what is going on? And I go on the website, and it's just like new website, new album, exclusive vinyl, tour dates for the next 2 years. Tickets go on sale in like 48 hours. Like it was insane. And I'm like trying to get ready for work, and people are texting me, and I'm like, I can't think right now. I need to get on the train. And I think I finally listened to the song on the subway, like on my way to work. But my brain was just frazzled, because I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do for the next 2 years. And so having to kind of figure out very quickly, okay, what shows am I going to? What pass am I buying? Because I mean, really, it was like maybe 48 hours, a little less than that, like later, that we had to be up at like 1 or 2 a.m.
Wild.
It was a lot. It was a whirlwind.
Wild to buy those tickets, and I bought those tickets before. Yeah, I bought those tickets before I knew I was going to be a father. So I had tickets to Phoenix. I had tickets to Chicago.
I had tickets to Phoenix too.
You know what?
And then I had to get rid of those
tickets. Shut the fuck up over there, P-Trap. Okay, you're the P-Trap of the fourth mother box. Shut the fuck up. I'm going my Deep Travis out of there. Shut the fuck up. So
I was so tired at the end of Phoenix, or when we got to Phoenix, that I was like, when that second show got canceled, it sucked, but at the same time, we're all like, I need a break. I need some sleep.
It is kind of
all
wild, but before I get to that, let me get to Kyle for a second. He had a chance to go himself. You know, he could get it on a plane and go to a show himself. He could, yeah, I obviously wasn't going to go because my daughter was born like a week before that. But Kyle, you are an adult, unless you need me to hold your hand and go to the bathroom. You stealth
Tom.
ginger toddler.
Oh, I bet you're gonna drop this show again.
No, I'm not. Every time you see me lag, it actually doesn't lag on what I upload. Shut the jump in front of a fucking truck, okay? I mean, take your headphones up, step outside on the nearest fucking highway, and get hit by a semi going down the 88 or wherever the fuck you live. God damn it. God.
I could do that. It's Chicago. There's plenty of those. I could do that immediately.
Okay.
So I was actually when I was getting out. I was in Phoenix when they announced Lux Eterna. We were finishing a Thanksgiving trip, and when Lux Eterna dropped, and I saw it because if you sign up for the MetallicA text, you have the text, and then I have their Instagram notifications on just for shit like this because the band does this. I remember Hardwired. I felt like came out of nowhere too. So
I did.
But it was I was so elated, and it's like. And I know Kyle will agree, and Austin, I'm curious to get your head in your headspace. But when times get tough, this band always seems to deliver. And for me, 72 seasons, just from start to finish, from the announcement, it came at a time that you truly need it. Sometimes you're just inside your own head. The new Metallica album is going to propel me to like I just took meth for the first time. It's like but it's a good high. It's only good from this. And then when this album came out and you listen to it, it's just making so many personal connections to it. It's people think I'm crazy, but it's currently my second favorite Metallica album.
His first is the Lou Reed one.
Oh, it's Lulu.
Yep.
Yeah,
of course. Yep. I love Lulu. I love. Yep.
You can't see it. Tom has all the albums on his sleeve, but he has Lulu. Yep. His entire back is the album cover of Lulu.
It's Lulu.
Yeah. And then it says the table. Yeah, he's got a tramp stamp that says "I am the table."
Fuck you.
I would love to see that. Actually, I would love to see somebody.
I'll get it. Yeah, I'll get it. I'll write Calcazantino's a pity fuck on it.
Somebody probably has that album tattooed somewhere. Somebody has it.
I actually
tattooed on your taint.
I need to ask I've never noticed if my friend does, because he does have all the album tattoos. I think he was like one of the first people to get Hardwired, like the face tattooed, like immediately. And I have to check because I don't remember him having a Lulu tattoo. I'm sure he has a reference to it.
All right. Am I the first one to get the 72 seasons? Because I got that at least a month before that album came out.
You might be. Yeah, because I don't know if Eric did. I have to ask him because I don't remember.
Hardwired took me a little while, but it's right here. 72 seasons is back here. Kyle hates the artwork. What are your thoughts on the 72 season artwork?
It's okay. It doesn't really do anything for me. I think that we were definitely a little worried about all the yellow and black with like the merch. As my jacket from the pop-up is back here.
I love this shit. The black backdrop and the yellow.
Yeah, no, but there was also some really other good cool merch that they had at the shows for with the different posters and for each city and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. It's very yellow. It is a very specific yellow. It's very bright. But yeah, it's not my favorite. It's okay.
I just didn't really like the album cover. I mean, I think the meaning of the album is brilliant.
Yeah, totally.
But
I agree.
They do have a lot of great merch, because I've seen Tom's shirt looks really cool. I really like this hoodie. I've seen a lot of different things that people have that just look, it really makes sense, even with the kind of the black and yellow. But yeah, it's, it just wasn't my favorite.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That's
cool.
Badass.
Yeah. This is a good one. I love this jacket.
Yeah.
I do wear that a lot.
Tim said, don't forget the critically acclaimed single We Did It Again featuring Ja Rule and Swizz Beatz.
Oh, yeah. Well,
just when you thought it was over.
I think James talked about the album artwork though, and he was saying something to the effect of, he wanted really like the darkness and the light together. And I think he was like, I didn't, he even said it himself. He wasn't into the yellow, but that meaning is what really pushed him to like green light it, which, I could certainly respect. That's a good meaning.
Totally.
So, what are your thoughts on the album then a year later?
Tom
Kyle.
Plotzt again.
No,
Yeah,
Yeah, he
no,
did.
I mean, I might have froze, but on when we upload this, it's all concurrent, and I never
Okay.
drop. So
Yeah, sure. Okay.
it's true. It happened on the last
And
one. You
you're-
fucking dipshit.
Yeah. You have
Get
to
off your
upgrade.
fucking chair. Turn your fucking oven on. Shut the fuck up. Put your head in your oven. Turn it all the way up, and just fucking breathe in until you fucking forget. You see black. Okay.
Upgrade to
Big black.
Windows.
You got any toasters?
Windows 11. Get off of Windows 95.
Yeah. I got stuff on Windows 95. All right,
Yeah.
Kyle. I do.
Mhm.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like a threat.
Yeah. Do you have any toasters? Because the next time I tell you to kill yourself, I might tell you to go to your bathtub. So
Your last bath bomb.
yeah.
Yep.
God damn
I'll
it.
ride the lightning for sure.
Please do in your ginger
And-
hair. I mean, we'll be one less ginger. You look at that. The beard looks ginger too. Welcome.
Clearly.
Club.
Clearly ginger. Mhm.
It does.
Yep.
Tim called you out. Tim wants to know what bourbon Brad was drinking. I don't know if he's still in there. We should text him, see what's going on. But a year later, what are your thoughts about 72 Seasons, Kyle? What did you think about it when it first came out, and what are your thoughts about it like now on April 5th?
So honestly, when it came out, I wasn't as into it as like I was like Hardwired or Death Magnetic. Death Magnetic, when that dropped, I thought every song just fucking slapped. Like it just hit me right away. 72 Seasons kind of had to grow on me a bit. Like I really like right out the gate, Lux Eterna was great. I really loved that song. I listened to it a million times. Then the other songs started to come out, and I think, for me, I had to marinate in it to really get into it. 72 Seasons, the song itself, like that's just like a great opener for that album. And just with that, I really felt like, the bassist, Rob Trujillo, he shined the most during that album. Just that like it's just such a cool way to open to the album. That bassist
Is that
definitely
how it
didn't.
goes?
The bassist never shined in our band Scourge. I'll just put that out there.
Oh yeah. The
That's it.
bassist was the only one keeping the fucking rhythm in the band with the other
Yeah.
drummer. When you're sitting
Yeah.
over there, treble up your
No.
ass. All right, sorry. I just got told to shut up, so I'm too loud.
Yep. Crack the whip, Courtney. Crack it.
No, I'm too loud.
You are
I'm
too loud.
I am being too loud. Yes.
Yeah. Think of Lily, damn it.
I will. But Austin, what are your thoughts? What were your thoughts when the album came out versus what they are now?
I think like when I first heard Lux, kind of similar. I mean, I think it wasn't like, oh, I love this song, but I think I felt like it set the tone of what we were gonna be getting, and that I was pretty excited about, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a taste of like what was to come, and I was like, okay, like I'm into this. I'm super into it. I think that Hardwired, that definitely hit me like pretty hard, because I guess when I really started traveling and going to a lot of shows and stuff, it was a while after Death Magnetic. And so, we were in that very long period where there wasn't a new album.
Mhm.
And so Hardwired was kind of like my first, album, like tour and everything. So I think it holds a place for me because of that. And it just kind of hit differently. But yeah, it definitely grew on me. I think when the album came out, there was definitely some songs that right away I was like, oh, I really love these and I can't wait to hear them live. And it felt like a mashup, like kind of perfectly of Hardwired vibes, but then also there's some, riffs and some bridge parts that are very load and reload, which I love.
Right.
Yeah, it felt like a culmination of things. It didn't feel like, oh, we're going for just this like one feeling. It felt like an evolution, which of, the past albums, which made sense to me. But yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed it. There's still songs I listen to regularly now. And it's funny when you go to shows and everything, and then after, it's like maybe there were songs you weren't listening to much before, but then after you see them live, it's like, oh man, I love this song.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a few songs now that I listen to more regularly because of that, for sure. But yeah, I like it. I'm looking forward to. I was kind of going through as I was ranking my songs, like what songs I did
Yeah.
see live and which ones I still haven't that I really want to see. So I am looking forward to that. Hopefully this summer.
Okay.
I was going to say earlier, even as many times as you've seen them, there's always still that one or two songs that you've never heard. And I think
totally.
it's extra special when you actually hear that song live, and it does change, sometimes even change your opinion of the song and make you like it
that's
more.
a good question by Brad just right now.
Yeah.
It's like, have you ever heard a song that you didn't love, but after you heard it live, changed your opinion? Kyle, did you have one in mind? I'm trying to think.
I know it's happened before. I'm not even sure. I know this is actually it has happened. Fuck. I know it's happened with like Ghost. I mean, Ghost was a band.
Yeah, different bands. Yeah.
Ghost was a band that, like, some of their earlier stuff, believe it or not, like, which is obviously some people find more popular, like, I didn't really get into, but when I heard it live, it really just kind of it just hit.
I agree with Tim too.
It hit in a different way,
Mm-hmm.
So I think even Saint Anger, some of the songs on Saint Anger, like Some Kind of Monster and like Frantic, just with a different snare, it just sounded so much like better live, I think, than on the album.
Yeah,
here's a
definitely
band.
Dirty Window for me. Like, some people are a little burnt out on it, but I still really like it live. I think it's been really fun. And then All Within My Hands. I love the acoustic live version of that. That's it's great.
It's so haunting and just like I couldn't believe how they just chopped that up and repurposed it in a way. I mean, the original is great, but they just really, it's like a dark, unbelievable masterpiece.
Yeah, I love it.
To answer Brad's question, it isn't MetallicA's. Of course, I'm a fanboy, so everything I love and everything sounds better live. It's actually happened when I respected Symphony X.
Tom, you like Metallica?
Yeah, I do.
Tom, you like Metallica?
Can you believe it?
What?
Yeah, I do. My name is MetallicA. Yeah.
Shocking.
But Symphony X.
I would have thought.
I respected Symphony X from afar and knew their stuff, but then I saw them at Gigantour 2005 on kind of like a side stage-ish. Tim, I think you were there. It was there with Brett Nagel, and I saw Symphony X live for the first time then, and I was blown away and became like an instant like obsessed. Got to learn about their catalog at that time. So that would be a band that I didn't like not like them, but when I saw them live, it was like boom, like okay, these guys are for real, and like this is cool.
I'm gonna answer Brad's question with my least favorite Metallica song and least favorite Metallica album.
Horrible question. Horrible.
I don't know what my least favorite song is. I mean, just a song off the top of my head that I'm not a huge fan of. I don't know. Metal Militia, I'm not crazy about. Which sounds wild.
Yes, it is.
But I think it's fine. It's not my favorite song on that album. I mean, Whiplash is my favorite. But when it gets played every so often, I don't know. I'm not crazy about it. What? What's the laughing about?
Read Tim's comment. Michael Romeo looks like a warthog, but he's my favorite metal guitarist.
I mean, warthogs are pretty metal, I think.
Yeah. Warthogs are the bomb. So Metal Militia. So does that mean Kill 'Em All is your least favorite Metallica album? That's strike one, Austin.
No, Kill 'Em All is definitely not. It's not my least favorite. I don't know. That's hard. I feel like it's just easy to say Lulu, but that doesn't really count.
Yeah, I don't count Lulu. Fuck that.
Yeah,
it does. I mean, it really doesn't count.
No, it
doesn't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I can't say that I have a least favorite.
I would say, I'd say Kill 'Em All, but like it's weird because I don't like listening to Kill 'Em All because of the production value, but like I like listening to Kill 'Em All songs when they're done live, because it just it just hits differently. I mean, I don't know.
It does. I mean,
But
I
when
almost want to say maybe it is Kill 'Em All, because when I just think about like how many songs on the album that I like really really like, and like they don't land as well live, some of them anymore, just because they're, I don't know, it's just very fast and sometimes it can sound a little muddy.
Sure, yeah.
But like being at Orion and seeing all of Kill 'Em All played, that was awesome.
Yeah.
You know, like, so it's, I mean, I guess if you're just thinking like by okay, a number of songs on each album that I like, maybe that it might be Kill 'Em All or it might be Ride the Lightning.
Okay.
I don't know.
I Kill 'Em All for me is, it's not the least, because I have nostalgia with my albums too that I consider. Kill 'Em All reminds me of me discovering Metallica when I found out that I was obsessed with here. With them, and at times not Seething Mad Bread, I'm fine there. You know, he could say Kill 'Em All sucks, but Kill 'Em All reminds me of learning this band and like hearing them 1983 and just like hear, because the first time I ever heard Seek and Destroy was live. And then hearing the original song from '83, it was just like, whoa, like this is cool, you know? And then hearing Anesthesia for the first time, because I was trying to learn bass, and hearing Cliff do that, you know, impossible at the time for me, you know, riff to play that, you know, because he's so good. So a fun album.
Yeah.
Calling out your least, I don't know. God, Garage. I always say Garage because it's not their original, so it's like that's how I start.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
I feel like that's maybe I'll just say maybe I'll jump on that bandwagon, because it feels wrong to say that Kill 'Em All and, you know, is my least favorite, because I do love it, and I think I have that same sort of nostalgia feeling. I think both Ride the Lightning and Kill 'Em All for me were, you know, kind of like the two albums that I jumped into like the deepest, you know, like after college, and you know.
Yeah. Ride the Lightning's my favorite album. Always has been. I think always will be.
It is a great album.
It's got my favorite song on there, which is Ride the Lightning. So
Escape.
That solo is insane.
It's not Escape?
No, it's not Escape, although I'd love to hear Escape live. God, that'd be so much fun.
I don't think
you heard it live?
Yeah.
Right?
I think that's one of those songs I don't think it's ever going to happen again.
Nope, it won't.
So Austin, you've been to a million more shows than we have. What is like one of the most memorable songs you've heard live?
I mean, Fixer.
Oh man,
I mean, at the 40th, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was insane.
That was insane. I wasn't there for that show. I was there for the second show, but hearing that they played that was, I was like,
I know.
I have a really funny story to tell about that. So I was going to both 40th shows, and my friend Sean McCullough.
I have another one.
Yeah, my friend Sean McCullough met me out there for the first show. I got him a ticket for the first night. He couldn't go to the second night, and he met me out there. We went. He sat in that same seat, and then Kyle. I can't remember if I had bought the tickets and I had just said I have this one for sale for you, Kyle. But Kyle's like, yeah, I'm going to come out for the second night. And Kyle paid me for the ticket, and Kyle came out, but he landed and got in our hotel room and was sleeping as I was coming in from night one. And I was buzzing off of, like, they played start to finish, you know, Kill 'Em All does to up to, you know, Hardwired. They played Fixer that first night. And first off, the funny thing is when I walked in, and I was making a little bit of noise, but scared the absolute living piss out of Kyle when I showed up in the hotel room. well, yeah. I not like scared, but like jolted. He dropped. He dropped. Yes.
After giving you all that shit.
Yes, I'm so happy. He dropped. So anyway, Kyle, see, he was so scared he dropped from the.
Hilarious. Wow.
I didn't kick you out. I don't think I can. Can I? I don't
Probably.
think I can. Anything to piss you off. Kyle McDonald is back. So I think I jolted Kyle, and then I told him they played Fixer, and he like woke up. He woke straight up, and he's like, "Did they what?" He's like, "Fixer." So
Yeah, Fixer was insane. I mean, when we saw like the artwork kind of flashing up. No. Did you kick him out this time?
no,
You're like, no.
seriously, I didn't.
Oh, what are the odds?
So go
Wow.
on, talk about the 40th. We could talk about the 40th.
No, just seeing the artwork like pop up,
Yes.
with the pens and stuff, and we're all looking at each other on the rail, and we're like, "Oh no, it's happening! It's happening!"
Yeah.
Oh man, we felt bad though because I mean, that was our first like big post-COVID show, and so
Yep.
many people were able to finally come from overseas, but people in Australia were still locked down and couldn't be there, and it was just like, oh man, I felt so bad for him. Like they were devastated just watching the live stream, just like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. But I did actually think of another one because I feel like Fixer is kind of like, of course that was a big deal. They've never played it. We've all wanted to hear it.
Right.
But premiere of Spit Out the Bone, that was awesome in London. That was cool because we were waiting for. We'd been hearing kind of that it was maybe going to get premiered there, and
That's cool.
So I think it was the second night, maybe. And you could just tell people like didn't know what it was when it was first kind of like coming up, and then
I keep trying to like Kyle in, and then he drops.
and then he just drops. But yeah, no, to Spit Out the Bone, like that was really cool. That was really awesome to see that because I think that was a song that we didn't think.
Sorry.
We didn't think that, I think everyone's like, oh, no, they're not going to play it. Lars can't play that live. It's too fast.
No,
like,
right, yeah.
The first one, maybe a little bumpy, but it was awesome. We were so stoked to see that.
Yeah. That's awesome. I'm trying to think, like, were there any other... I was at the show at Kyle in 2004.
Mm-hmm.
The second night of Chicago, they play on Madly Anger and the World Tour. Tim may have been at the show. No, I don't remember, but they closed with Dyer's Eve, and that was pretty rare to me.
Yeah, no, it's super rare.
Yeah. So that was insane. It wasn't.
I will probably never get to hear
perfect.
Dyer's Eve.
No, I don't think they're ever playing that again.
Yeah, Lars laughed somebody out of a meet and greet on that about that.
Did he?
Like a couple of, I think maybe a year or so ago, I think he was asking people like, oh, what do you want to hear? What would you like to see on the set list? And of course someone said Dyer's Eve, and he literally just laughed in their face. And then as he was leaving the room, stopped and turned around and just goes, Dyer's Eve, and laughed again. Like, dang, never happened.
Brad, I actually have a story. I've seen them fuck up on stage.
Nope.
Have you?
Oh yeah, I was there when James fell in the pit in the.
Oh, I saw that video.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Metallica fucks up on stage all the time, and they like own it. They know.
Oh yeah, what was it, Kurt? What we were at Boston Calling, and he totally messed up the intro to Nothing Else Matters, and then he just laid down on the stage.
Yeah,
he put his guitar down and just laid there for a few seconds. That was a good one.
I guess you can call this a fuck up, but on that same tour in 2004, but on like the first night, Metallica, James was counting and creeping death, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then getting the crowd to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, when he finally, I'll get back into that story, but look who's back finally. That wasn't me. That was all you. That was your flawless internet.
Sure.
We're here talking about the 40th, and I'm talking about the time, and we shared this on the Fourth Motherbucks, but the time, the fuck up I saw of Metallica was they fucked up Creeping Death, and Lars wasn't at his drum kit when James started the song, and they started playing, and then Rob gets on the mic and is like, we've missed all drummer, all like Spinal Tappy, and then Lars comes back, and he goes up to James and he's like, sorry, and then you hear him faintly say, I had to take a shit. And then he walks back to his drum kit, and then James goes, you don't want to know where he was, and he's like you could tell by the way he's walking. So, and then they played Creeping Death. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Oh, and then Tim called it out. I remember hearing about this. The live show they played in the cinema where they missed the entire vocal part of "You Must Burn." That was most recently when they played the Texas show.
Yep, there was that.
Yeah,
I was at that show. Yeah,
of course.
One in Arlington, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think so. So let's stop talking about shows and you making me feel bad for only going to 20 of them.
I feel like I sound like a douchebag. It's like, oh yeah, that show.
No, you're just making me jealous.
That's literally all I've done for the last 12 years. So
you're just making me jealous. That's all. So what I'll say to you now is we did say we were going to rank the 72 season songs because it's been about a year of 72 seasons. So let's rank them just from 12 to 1. And I see Kyle on my right and Austin in my middle. So Kyle, I'll start with you. We'll go Kyle 12, Austin 12, me 12, and then 11, 11, 11 until we get to 1. Yeah, you're not coming off like a douchebag. If anyone's coming off like a douchebag, it's Kyle. So Kyle, what's your number 12 of 72 seasons?
So I feel like my top, like 2 I'm for sure about, and my last one I'm for sure about. But Room of Mirrors is the one that I like the least. I just feel like this whole song is kind of other than the latter half, which has an awesome guitar part. The first part of the good majority of the song just doesn't do much for me, unfortunately.
Okay. Austin, what's your number 12?
Chasing Light.
Chasing Light, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
Like at
Brad,
all.
get the hell back into the kitchen. Sorry. He said he had to go back into the kitchen. So, I get that. Yeah, it just doesn't do anything for you. My number 12 is actually Too Far Gone. And the reason I put the only reason I put Too Far Gone here is just when I first heard it in the cinema, this was like the only song at first I had to like sit back and then get into for some reason. I don't know. Look. This is like me ranking like my children here. Like I adore 72 seasons. This album has done so much for me personally, but this is me forcing to rank them right now. Too Far Gone's number 12. So, Kyle, what's your number 11?
I would say Chasing Light. Chasing Light, I feel like I would put this there because I wasn't really into the lyrics. I think they're a little bit, more basic. Because you look at a lot of Metallica's like core, popular songs, some of the lyrics are just so potent and powerful. And for me, just didn't do it for me. Here.
Yeah, all right. What is there anything particularly you like about the Chasing Light lyrics that you didn't like?
Like Tim put in the chat, there's no light. It just kind of seems meh.
Yeah.
Okay. Down and Out as Darkness Falls. Kyle's really sucks. He's really small. I mean, they're great lyrics.
Let's see.
What's your number 11?
Oh yeah, 11.
Yeah.
Screaming Suicide.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm not a huge fan of it. I think when it first came out, because that was like one of the first 4 songs they kind of like dropped. Yeah, I don't know. There was something about like the lyrical content didn't align with the actual music for me. Like it seemed too happy. Like I wanted it to be like heavier or something. For like the subject, I guess. But yeah, the two things just never really meshed for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a different opinion, but we'll talk about that later. All right, I respect that. My number 11 is Room of Mirrors. That song grew on me though. It would have been like my last, but like right now it sits at 11 just because I dig it. So Kyle, what's your 10?
This is where it's going to get real difficult. Because on any given day I could probably switch my like 4 to 10. But I think today I would probably put Crown of Barbed Wire.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
okay. Crown of Barbed
It's a
Wire.
good song. It just
It is.
like it's difficult, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's hard.
you do suck. Austin, what's your number 10?
Lux Eterna.
Wow.
Jeez, wow, all right.
Like, it's fine. I think it was a great like intro to the album to kind of get an idea of what we had in store for the next few years. Touring wise and everything. But yeah, I mean it's fine. It reminds me a lot of like of Hardwired, like the song Hardwired. Like it's a
Sure.
good intro.
Yeah.
It's a good way to kick off a show. But other than that, it's not something that I'm like, oh yeah, I want to listen to Lux Eterna today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My number, and that's fair. I get that. And like I could be the same way with all these songs change all the time for me. My number 10 is Chasing Light, probably for similar reasons that it lands there, but I do like that it's like the lost, the verse, the rhythm of the verse I really like. I don't know. It just sticks. It feels different from Metallica, and it just catches on to me. And it's just I like the different stuff. Yeah. Kyle, what's your number 9?
Screaming Suicide. I think, certainly for some of the same reasons Austin said, you kind of get the idea of the song being something else than it's kind of like the lyrical content and what the song is about kind of contrasts like how the music sounds. And not that's not always a bad thing. It just, for me, just didn't, I kind of wish they went a different way with it, but it's still a good song.
I am biting my lip not to say anything about it, but I will talk about that song when I get to it.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, fuck you. Okay. What's your number 9, Austin?
If Darkness Had a Sun. When they first put like the first few songs out, I was kind of into it. I still like it. It's just not like my favorite. It's not,
Sure.
But if it comes on, I'm not usually going to change it. It's like, okay, yeah, no, I can listen to this right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like from here on, we start getting into songs that I like really, really, really like. Not that I don't like this one. It's just not my favorite.
I get it.
Yeah.
My number 9, On I Run and Still My Shadows Follow, especially with that Batman riff in there. I love Shadows Follow. It's a good number 2 song. It's a good second song.
Mm-hmm.
It's very riffy, so I dig it. Kyle, what's your 8? I always said Evan because I'm on Jedi Talk on my mind.
Yeah. Don't ever slander me like that again by calling me Evan.
I won't. He's really been a negative Nancy lately. So
yeah, he has been. You should just call him Nancy.
Okay.
Shadows Follow. It's interesting how they just slipped that Batman riff in there because I didn't I'm the biggest Batman fan in the world. Didn't register. It's certainly a cool song, and I think this kind of resonated. When I went to the theater to listen to the album, I had already heard the album before going to the theater because my buddy Joe got a leak, and I, obviously I'm not going to wait. Like I can't wait.
On Roadie Joe.
Whatever, like, like you get a new Metallica album. Do you want to wait 3 hours to listen to it, or do you want to listen to it now? I
waited.
I can't wait. So whatever.
I waited.
I didn't wait. I didn't wait.
Disney
I couldn't
Springs,
wait.
I saw that. I was with other Metallica fans walking through Disney Springs, and I saw that there. I waited.
Well, we waited 8 years between these albums, and like I'm not waiting another second. Okay, so but I heard this in the theater. The music video was really cool. I don't know if they actually released all the like videos from that because some of the videos were the same, but then I feel like some of them were different.
Some were different,
which was cool. So that one.
Okay. What's your number? We're on 8, Austin. Yeah, what's your number 8?
72 Seasons.
Okay. I get that.
I think that it's fun. Again, I feel it's another like because I can't remember what songs they were opening with on the tours because it was Friday and Sunday night. So you got both of the Lux and 72 Seasons, and I feel like they both kind of have the same purpose
Yes.
for me, but still super fun. I mean, to hear live, and I feel like it gets people super hyped. So seeing it
Okay.
live, I do really enjoy it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
My number 8 is Crown of Barbed Wire. This song tends to be, it was my favorite for a minute. It's so Alice in Chainsy from
Yeah.
Metallica. I dig that. I really dig that influence. So, Kyle, what's your number 7?
Sleepwalk My Life Away. I thought this was this was definitely a cool song. Again, like just being in the theater, really hearing this at its full capacity, I think, really brought it more to life for me.
Yep.
And that first listen, I think, didn't do it as much justice as, like hearing it in the theater, so it certainly was a better experience.
For sure. That's a great point. What's your number 7? Awesome.
Room of Mirrors.
Okay.
Yeah.
That one's a little bit higher up for you. Okay.
Yeah, it is. I liked it. I still like Room of Mirrors a lot, actually. Bummed I didn't get to see that live yet. Hopefully this summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is like that was my favorite video because even though the song didn't resonate much with me, but the video was like a cartoon and animated, and they were like in a haunted house, and it was so cool the way it was done. And I'm like, wow, I kind of wish they used that for like another song, but in any case, like, yeah.
I feel you there. My number 7 is 72 Seasons. Great opener to an album, but there's just other songs that I like a scotch better, and that can be interchangeable with my 6. But what's your number 6, Kyle?
If Darkness Had a Sun, and especially because of that opening, chant, Temptation.
I love that. Oh,
especially like and I know Tom and I weren't in the same room when we were listening to this song, but I know we both thought the same thing. We were thinking back to the Some Kind of Monster documentary with the Temptation song that never released. And that, it's such a great chant and such a crowd pleaser, like one type of thing that everybody can really get into. I can't wait to just scream that when I see them in August. So,
yeah.
Yes, let's do it. What's your number 6? Right around 6, awesome.
6 is Sleepwalk My Life Away.
Okay.
Which I really like a lot. I mean, the video and stuff was interesting, and I think it opening with that Rob's bass part was really unique. It was like we hadn't really heard anything like that on, with him with Death Magnetic and Hardwired. So it was pretty cool because we know he likes grooves, and he likes punk and stuff. So I felt like you got a little bit of that, which felt very different, but it worked. I enjoy it. It's really fun, and I like the bridge to that a lot too.
Absolutely. So it's got a great breakdown riff too.
Yeah.
Very sludgy. Oh, so good. My number 6, right around 6, Lux Eterna. Great opener. It reminds me of Kill 'Em All. So it's just good to hear Metallica after 40 years putting a song out like this out.
Yeah, totally.
That's it for me. That's why I love Lux Eterna. Kyle, all right, we're in the top 5, Kyle. So what's your 5th favorite song on 72 Seasons?
Too Far Gone. I really like the chorus of this song. Like it really just slaps, and it hit me right away.
It does.
I thought this was really, really well done.
Great point. I mean, that is a top chorus on that album. It's just my least favorite right now. I don't know why. Austin, what's your number 5?
You Must Burn, which I really like. I like the bridge a lot. It's a very load reload for me. Like the breakdown, which I absolutely love. Like I like thrash. I like fast, but I also really like slower and heavy, and I feel like I get that from that song.
My number 5 is If Darkness Had a Sun. I had to put this in my top 5 because the temptation, just like Kyle said, my hair stands on my arms every single time I hear that part. It's just so good. All right, Kyle, what's your number 4?
My 4 is You Must Burn. And I will admit, this song didn't hit me at first. after a few listens and really getting into it, it's such a great, that opening is just so, it's kind of like a basic riff, but it just fucking punches you in the face. And not only that, the meaning of this song, who's the next witch, that you will burn, right? So I think it's really a great statement on the times that we live in and how everybody's trying to cancel each other, burn other people at the stake, kind of a thing. Certainly it really hits home.
Yeah, I agree.
Austin, what's your number 4?
Number 4, Inamorata.
Okay.
Yeah. It's great. I mean, obviously it's very long. But
Metallica's longest song.
I think that it has a lot of different I don't know, just a lot of different elements to it that I feel like I'm going through like a story. I feel like I'm going through a journey with it. It's, I don't know. I feel like there's something about it that, I mean, I don't know this for a fact, but I could see this song being really important to James.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
So I would really love to see, I mean, I'm sure we will get a shortened version if it's ever played live.
I hope
not.
I mean, I hope not. I'm
all,
hoping they'll play it in full at least once, and I'm there.
At their 50th show.
Right. But they did jam it at the show in LA that I was at, or one of the LA shows, and that was awesome. And we were like, "Oh my god, please do it, please do it." But they did jam it for like a minute, so that was cool.
That's cool.
But I like it a lot. Yeah.
All right. My number 4, Sleepwalk My Life Away, for that sludgy riff in the middle, that bridge, that breakdown, and then the opening with Rob. It's just great to hear him shine.
Yeah.
It really is. All right, Kyle, top 3.
72 Seasons. Man, like I said before, that opening just is so everything that you would expect from a Metallica album opening, right? I don't know if they've been playing this as their first song live, but it's just everything that it needs to be. And I'll say this too, 72 Seasons is such a great concept for an album. And you don't honestly, like, I feel like music is kind of lacking in this department, especially in the metal community. Like, you don't see a lot of people who write something that's like a real good concept. It's just kind of like, well, this is the name of the album and that's what it is, and there's really nothing else to it. But this, I mean, I know this really hit for Tom too, but the first 18 years of your life really defining who you are as a person. And I think everything that goes into that is something that anybody really can relate to. So definitely one of my favorites.
Absolutely. What's your number 3, Austin?
Crown of Barbed Wire. I feel like the ones that are lower on your list are like higher on mine.
Whatever. These switch all the time. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I really liked it. I liked the video for it. I think every time I hear it, I think of hearing it for the first time and in the theater. And I don't know. There's something a little old about it that I like, but I like Crown of Barbed Wire.
I am not a fan of that music video. It makes me feel a certain way,
Yeah.
The official one, the one I remember seeing in theater was all right.
Yeah.
But like the one they released. But my number 3 is Screaming Suicide. So I think this song could actually be the best written song on the album at times when I listen to it. Now, I hear both of your guys saying like maybe the singing, the lyrics don't match up with like the meaning or something like that. I recall James talking about how this is a spin on, suicide being okay to speak about. So like when I hear him singing about it or talking about it, if it sounds jovial, maybe for lack of better words, it's like it's okay to me here because it's like he's putting life to a taboo word in suicide, right? You can't say you're scared you might trigger somebody, but it's, I think James nailed it on the head when he said, suicide's something that, I don't know, people aren't making plans or something, but it's like something everybody I think thinks about, in one way or another, and it should be okay to healthily discuss those types of things. And side note, this song dropped the same day that Jedi Talk recorded with Sage Starkey, the episode that we weren't supposed to release. So it's a little personal, for me. So I shoot it straight up there. So, Kyle, what's your number 2?
I
think I know what it is.
Lux Eterna.
Yeah.
And I feel like this, again, just for kind of like with the reasons I said earlier, this was something that kind of caught me off guard. And I think the chorus is just so great. You know, Metallica is always has just this uncanny ability to write a great chorus. And, you know, sometimes I'm just so mesmerized by how they can do it. You know, and Tom and I are musicians. Austin, I don't know if you're like a player or anything like that, but
Yeah. No, I play guitar and drums. So
fuck yeah. But so then you can kind of understand, like, you know, there's one thing to write a good riff, but put it together with a song and you know, create a good chorus that connects with everybody and connects with the song is really hard to do. And I think Metallica really shines on this song because of that, you know, that chorus.
I do like the chorus.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Awesome. What's your number 2?
Too Far Gone. That was a song that initially, I mean, it didn't really do anything for me. I didn't listen to it a lot. I think I kind of glossed over it. But they premiered it at the show in Jersey last summer. And so that was like one of the first shows.
That was cool to hear that live. Yeah.
And like hearing it live was different. Like I love, you know, the way James, like when he's singing it live, that, you know, I am, you know, part it's awesome. So that really grew on me so much. I'm not crazy about the chorus, but I like the verses a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, but I really enjoyed hearing that all tour long.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
that was cool. Yeah. My number 2 would be Inamorata. That song, I think it could speak to people on so many different levels. You know, levels that you couldn't even think. I remember, you know, and I'll you know, be a little vulnerable. When I was getting to know the album the day it released, you know, we had family over, so we were getting ready to go to Disney, like Epcot or something, and I'm just sitting there on the couch with my headphones in, listening, and Inamorata's on, and it just moved me. It just like moved me. Like tears, just you could hear the emotion in every riff and every word. So such a great song. So finally, number 1, Kyle.
Well,
favorite song on 72 Seasons.
Inamorata. And
there you go.
You know, it wasn't my favorite at first, and it actually took me a while to get there. But you know that James
That's what she said.
Yeah, exactly. James, you know, in the song keeps going back to Misery. You know, she needs me, but I need her more. You know, it really just starts to get in your head, and you know, I found myself just like, I feel like months after, I'm just like, you know, going about my day and it just going through my head. I'm kind of like singing it as, you know, I'm going along. And not only that, like I'm always particularly drawn to the more melodic and maybe existential Metallica side that you get with Bleeding Me or Outlaw Torn. I always loved those songs.
I love Outlaw Torn.
Outlaw Torn, man. Truly amazing. And not only that, this is a great way to end an album. And mostly because you hear reflections of other songs from Metallica's past, in particular Master of Puppets and like Orion. I mean, that like kind of like 3/4 of the way in, you start to hear that part of it, and it's straight out of Master of Puppets. It's undeniable. And it's just a meaningful song. Like if that was Metallica's last song ever, I think it would be perfect. So
yeah,
it's something that
I can agree with you there.
It's something too that, you know, it's an 11-minute song, but it always goes like that for me. So I would love to hear them play this. I mean, I think I would die happy hearing them play it.
Yeah, I would love to hear them play.
What's your one favorite song on 72 Seasons, Austin?
Shadows Follow. It's kind of between Too Far Gone and Shadows Follow at the moment.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I really like I like the verse a lot. I like the chorus a lot. I'm a rhythm guitarist. I'm a riff person. You know, I'm a riff guy, so I love the riff in it. I don't get tired of hearing it. It's just it just does it for me. But yeah, this is a really hard ranking to do. It's so hard.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough, but what wasn't tough for me was my number one. I threw it up there immediately, and it's my Jedi Talk theme song with "You Must Burn," like the riff in the middle there. It's every time I hear that. When I first heard that, so evil,
Yeah.
so Black Sabbath, so just
Mhm.
that's I love that Metallica. Like I love that side of them.
Yeah.
That's
It's awesome. I
you
love
you
that
must
part.
burn is just like a modern version of sad but true to me. It's just
Mm.
it's just heavy. It just punches you in the face. And just like Kyle had mentioned earlier, I love the meaning behind the song. It's just how cancel culture could just pick its prey and just take you down. And the song from start to finish is perfect. It's perfect, and I can't wait to hear it live.
Yeah.
Can't wait to hear any of these songs live. So
Yeah, that lyric,
that's
the other lyric that really caught me in that song too was when he's like, "Smile as it burns to the ground. The perfect don't want you around." Like, there's not a person on this planet that can't relate to that statement alone. You know?
Oh yeah.
not one bit.
Man, just
Well,
perfection.
yeah, perfection. A great album. Happy almost first birthday. Happy first birthday. 72 seasons coming up in like a week and a half.
Can't believe it's been a year already.
It's crazy. Hopefully, if you listen to this and you see us out on the road, definitely Chicago, maybe some others. Austin will be everywhere, clearly.
I will
but-
not kill myself doing every
Yeah.
show again.
Okay, thank you.
But I'll be out there. You know how
All
it
right.
goes. It's like you go to
That's
one
right.
and then you're like, oh, well,
That's
I mean,
right.
this one's not that far.
Yeah, it's true. Like, yeah, we can make it happen. So,
Yeah.
Austin, thank you so much for joining us in the fourth Mother Box as
Yeah,
we wrap
thanks for
it up
having me.
today. Anytime we can talk about Metallica, maybe we could do a show after the Chicago show. We could talk a little bit later. But that was
Okay.
72 seasons. Here in the fourth Mother Box, we always give Kyle the final word. So as long as he doesn't drop, Kyle, give us the final word on today's podcast.
Oh man, I just, you know what? Like, I love talking about Metallica. We could easily do like a Metallica show episode any day probably of the week, you know. So thank you for the people who joined today, Brad and Tom, even though I hate both of you. And Tom too. Austin, you're cool as shit. But yeah.
You mean Tim? You said
That's
Tom
awesome.
twice.
Oh well, yeah, Tim, Tom, you both suck. So but yeah, thank you for listening.
Is my name Tom Dummy?